Hello and welcome to a brand new episode of Dinks with Kinks. Before we get into tonight's episode, I want to remind all you sexy cats that we are on that social media. Follow us at Dinks with Kinks on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. And if you like our faces, or at least want to see what we look like, every Friday night at 10 p.m. Eastern, we do a live stream on twitch.tv/thedondero. Come chat with us. Hey guys, I'm your host,
Hi,
John Dondero, and with me are my two sexy cohorts. First, somebody who needs no introduction, but will get one every week because their voice is just, it's a smooth like butter, Mr. Shep.
Yep, see, she knew.
I did. The moment you said that, I was like, fuck, it's on
Good
me.
evening.
And that lovely voice would have to be our very sultry, very sexy Miss Rebecca.
Oh, thank you. It's not just my voice, huh?
Not just your voice. You
got
the
it.
whole package. You're the whole package. I'm a little off bits this week because I did a full upgrade. So I'm still trying to make sure everything works, and all I'm thinking about is just fixing all the stuff. So if I seem a little off tonight, that's why it is. Now, if you guys are as excited for this episode as I am, just give it good raise your hand.
On an
That's right.
audio podcast, isn't it what you always tell us? We're raising
it's
our
an
hand
audio
on an audio
podcast.
podcast.
Listen,
Okay.
I'm sorry. I have been skirting around the subject all night long. And
Oh my God, there it is. Congratulations. You got the first one in like the first minute and a half. Good job.
I tried. I had to skirt around the situation to get the topic. I couldn't make that
Gotcha.
joke if I didn't just delay and delay and delay. We're talking about skirts tonight, of all fashions. How do you guys feel about skirts?
I have them. I wear them. I like them.
I'm still trying
I
to.
like them when I don't have to wear pants.
I mean, isn't that anytime you wear a skirt?
Yeah.
But you
wear
can also
pants?
wear a dress. And we're not talking dresses.
can
We're
wear a
talking
dress.
skirts.
Skirts.
There is a
Skirts. I like skirts.
big difference.
There is a big difference. They're sewn. The top is sewn to the skirt.
Yeah. I mean, a dress is like a skirt shirt combo that you can't mismatch. I feel like that's just the ultimate. It's the full outfit.
So is a dress like a spork?
The dress, I think, would be a spork.
The dress would be the spork.
Yeah. And because, they came out with those things, the skirts. Do y'all remember skirts?
They are back in style, sir. They are back in fashion.
That's because we live in a secular life where, now the 90s are in trend, and then they were all the rage in the 90s. The skirts.
Were there some jorts as well?
No, jorts are jean shorts. They'll never go out of fashion. Jean shorts are always going to be the hot fashion. No, don't come at me. Don't come at me. Don't at me. Jean
Dondero
shorts
Streams promotes jorts again. Apparently, that's what they.
Our parent company. That's all they make. Dondero Streams. That's the only out product they have other than our podcast is jorts.
Jorts.
Great. Now there's going to be a pair of jorts with John Darrow Streams on its ass.
I know.
You just wait. Speaking of which, we have an all new merch store. You should totally click the link below and check out our merch. It's cool. So yeah, skirts. This is a paraphilia. This is an item, a fetish related to an item that is not genitals or a body part.
Mm-hmm.
I love those. I don't know if you could tell, but I have one or two of those. And I
slightly.
Just slightly. I happen to be a big fan of skirts. Like
Well,
if I had
I
to pick,
can that makes sense because you have a pantyhose fetish. So usually women that wear or anyone who wears pantyhose is 9 times out of 10 wearing a skirt.
yeah, I would definitely.
And for the
consider this being
longest
one of
time,
Oh.
for the longest time, that was what you did as a quote unquote proper lady, is you wore pantyhose with skirts. That's what you did. Anytime you were showing legs, you wore pantyhose.
Whoa,
Oh yeah.
for the longest time.
So with any type of skirt or anything like that, yeah, this is what I would definitely consider a sub fetish of mine. Like it's not like a fetish of mine, but it's like subcategory.
Well, I mean, you do wear them on the sub aspect of your body, so it is a subcategory.
You're right.
Oh,
You're right.
wow. Oh.
So I would say this fetish, and I actually did some research into like this actual fetish and just looking into it.
Oh, you actually researched this one? Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
And by actual
nice
research,
change.
I mean I didn't just watch porn.
That's what I was wondering. That's what I was wondering.
Okay. We were just
Yeah,
all right. The level you actually read things. You read the articles. Did you read the articles, John?
I read the articles. I did a little Google search. That's what I did. I did a Google search for a hot minute, and found that this is actually a pretty large fetish, a very popular one. But like any type of like shoe fetish or hair fetish or any type of fetish, it's very precise. Like I'm talking, I like this type of skirt, or I like
because there's so many different styles.
Mm-hmm. And a lot of people with this fetish, they're not like, oh, any skirt will do. It's got to be this particular skirt. Shep, that's a kilt, not a skirt, but he is rocking it.
I don't know what you're looking at.
Mm-hmm. I saw what I was looking at.
I didn't tell you could install
skirts.
I didn't say you could install pants cam. What the hell?
Well, I was actually going to talk about that as under the skirt fetish follows the kilt fetish, and I know a lot of people with a kilt fetish.
I love kilts. I do.
I think we found another one.
I do love kilts, and I didn't think that I liked kilts until I dated somebody who was, ironically enough, he was a bagpiper, and so he had several different types of kilts, and I learned the different types, and I find them very, very sexy. I do.
Did he pipe your bags really good too?
Oh my god, no! Actually, he did not. Not him.
Oh,
No. But he looked nice in a kilt.
At least there's that.
There's that. Redeemable qualities.
And
redeemable qualities. What?
Redeemable qualities. Oh. With this fetish, probably one of my favorite things is just like the why of it, and because there's so many, it's a whole bridge gap of vulnerability.
Is it one or two? Bridge or gap? How can it be a bridge gap?
It's a bridge gap. Like, okay, there's planks in a bridge. Do I have to explain what a bridge gap is?
No,
like,
no.
Okay, you have a plank bridge.
Continue. Okay.
Anyway.
Focus on the skirts. We're gonna focus on the skirts.
We gotta stop skirting around. Come on. Skirts.
The one thing about this is like there are many factors. You know what? You guys can explain this fetish. I'm out. I'm done.
No, I'm sorry. Oh, I'm sorry. I will not interrupt again.
No. I've completely lost my train of thought. I have no idea. I have been struggling.
You were bridge gapping.
She was walking over your face.
There was a bridge gap of vulnerability.
There
we go.
And what's the word I'm looking for? When you're not wearing a lot of clothes. Help me word here because my train completely derailed.
Nudity?
Not nudity. Like
scantily?
You're scantily clad. Yeah, like very scantily clad. There's an actual word for it, and my brain completely
scantily.
Vulnerability, scantily clad, like revealing. That's the word I'm looking for. A revealing quality, and almost a taboo quality of it, because you have to look at all the different aspects of this fetish. Everyone's a little more vulnerable when all your bits are exposed. And some people find that incredibly attractive, that Literally, if you bent the wrong way, if you like crouched down or squatted down, and I think all of us who've worn a skirt know there's a proper way of like bending over to get something.
There are whole
And then
classes
there's
on it.
Now I'm free balling.
That is what one of the biggest triggers for someone with a skirt fetish is like the incidental reveal, the upskirt, if you will. And
Yes,
not even so much
women. I was gonna say, if women find out you're wearing the kilt properly, that just entices them more to find out for sure.
Mm-hmm. So, with that quality, like the upskirt quality, it's not always like, when people think, oh, upskirt cams, it's just looking straight up the skirt. It's not. Half the fun of being like aroused by someone in the skirt is them bending to get something, just that brief moment where you think you can see something that you shouldn't see, that taboo, I saw something I shouldn't see. And a lot of people with this particular fetish, that is their trigger. That is their like hope and goal, which fascinates me. It's always like crazy when you see somebody. I have a skirt fetish, but it's more than that. It's not the actual item or the skirt; it's the action with the skirt. The taboo quality of seeing something you shouldn't be able to without directly looking up it. Now, I mean, a lot of people would love to, work in a 2-story building on the first floor with a glass ceiling. But that's not what really drives people with a skirt fetish wild.
So it's the anticipation of it all. It's it's sort of like blow to pop. Like it's not it's that that excitement, the anxiety, the adrenaline of like any moment, like the unexpected
Exactly.
dirty glimpse.
I mean, don't get me wrong. Everyone loves looking up a skirt, but yeah, if you see somebody in a skirt and you're really into skirts, you will watch that person not because they look good in a skirt, but you hope to catch that moment of weakness, that moment of just opportune time. And usually, if you're with somebody, I don't know how many times. Basic instinct.
I look good in a skirt. I don't know about you. They're looking because I look good in a skirt.
I'm talking somebody with a fetish. Have you ever basic instinct somebody?
Fair enough. What?
Have you ever basic instinct somebody?
No.
Do you know what that is?
I do, except years and years of being literally classes of being told to keep my knees together. I have been known though to bend over improperly a time or two. So I'm not basic instinct somebody, but I definitely have bent over on purpose.
That is the basic instinct is probably,
and that's what they call the Merry Moon.
I would count that as the most foreplay-esque thing you could do for somebody with a skirt fetish.
I mean, it works out great for people like me too, right? I mean, the best part about wearing a kilt is I can actually show people second half of my tattoo easy.
That's literally basic instincting somebody, even if a man does it, because I've done it. I was at a wedding where the guy.
I mean, but since it's your ass, though, is it a basic instinct or is it more as basic stink? Basic stink.
No. So the guy in front of me at his wedding, wearing a kilt, uncrosses his legs 4 or 5 times because he's never worn a kilt before. And eventually just have to reach out, put my hand out so I can't see anything. It's like, you do need to realize you're wearing that kilt properly and keep your fucking knees together. Because you have not only just shown me, but you've shown the entire wedding party, your boys, several times.
Was he manspreading?
He was manspreading. Well, no, he was sitting with his legs crossed. But with that, I'm resting my calf on top of my knee sit.
Oh, that's it. Okay, got it.
Listeners at home, if you don't know what I'm talking about, cross your legs, but don't fully cross them. Do the man cross where you put your ankle on your knee. Every guy fully understands what this is, and women, try it.
Oh yeah, that's my go-to. What's wrong with that one?
You can see everything. Yeah. He was not aware.
I can show you the world.
We did find out about 3 people there had a kilt fetish.
Of course.
Mm-hmm.
A kilt fetish? Okay.
Kilt fetish, which is still a skirt fetish. We count it. So.
Wait. You personally found out 3 people had a kilt fetish?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Look,
because I got fussed at by 3 people. Don't tell him that. We're enjoying the view. And I'm like, I'm sure the bride's mom and dad are not.
How do you know? Do you know? Did you know?
They could have been into that.
The dad was sweating a little bit, so who knows?
I mean, they could be into that twigging inkleberries.
But as a fetish, is this something that you guys have ever come across? Somebody with an actual skirt fetish?
Mm-hmm. Not that it's been said out loud or expressed. I mean, yeah.
It's hard. It's okay. It's difficult for me, one, because I have a lot of skirts. I wear a lot of skirts. So like actually nailing down whether, I don't even know if they knew or if I knew that it was a fetish. Like a lot of people like, hey, can you wear that skirt and no underwear, or like stuff like that. But is it because they had the fetish, or is it because I'm wearing the skirt? And that's I guess true. I don't know.
That's I think that's where it comes to a kink. Yeah, the underwearless skirt. You don't see that as a kink?
I don't think I've ever met anybody with. No. I says I don't think anybody I've been with or known has had the fetish, but a lot of kinks. Yeah, probably skirt kink.
It's a nice gateway fetish to outdoor sex.
Mm-hmm. And that's when we come to like step 2, the accessibility. Part 3, the accessibility of a skirt. It's something that's a real appeal to people. Being able to slide that skirt up and wear it as a belt. It's a very popular thing. Have you never heard of skirt belting?
I mean, I've done it. Apparently, I didn't know that there was a term for it, but okay. All right, follow. Yeah, continue.
Right. Skirt belting. I love that. It's when you pull up your skirt and wear it as a belt.
Wow.
It's my favorite go-to. Skirt belt.
I mean, unless you really want to get into it, then you can go skirt bandana.
I mean, I guess you could.
It depends on how far you taking it.
All the way.
At that point in time, take it another 3 inches and just off.
But what if you want to play it? What if you want to play like Mortal Kombat, or you gotta have the your karate bandana on?
That's true. If you're in desperate need of a bandana, I guess a skirt could work.
Depending on the skirt.
And depending on the skirt.
I mean, if you're ending on Mortal Kombat song, you gotta have the martial arts outfits on.
I'm not breaking out the Mortal Kombat song. I don't have it installed on my touch portal yet. I had to do a reconfigure. I've been working on it all day. Okay, so now we're gonna get into like a little bit of nitpick, a little bit of favorites. What is y'all's favorite type of skirt to see somebody in or wear yourself?
Give me a moment. I'm going through my wardrobe.
Give her a minute, folks. It's pretty extensive wardrobe.
It is extensive. I love the skater skirt, the skater style skirt. Do you know what I'm talking about? They're A-line, so they're smaller at the waist and longer, but they're shorter and they flare out a little bit. They're on the shorter end, but yes, like a tennis skirt.
Like roller girls skirt.
They don't. I like wearing those. Those are the ones that I feel cutest in. But I have the pencil skirts, I have the jean skirts, I have the long flowy maxi skirts. I have them all. Like so.
What about you, Mr. Shep?
Well, thinking back, I don't think I've ever had really a particular clothing fetish because not one really stands out in the style stuff that really gets me going. I think it's just the female body itself, not the coverings that give me that are my
Okay.
treasure.
Well, fair enough. Not everyone has a preference. I can tell you mine, and we're going to go back to the 90s for a second. The black miniskirt. Just a
Oh yeah.
plain, simple. All the girls in high school wore it when they were wearing miniskirt day. But it's just a plain, simple black miniskirt. And for some reason, that drives me up a wall because I think I grew up in that era. So that was the fashion sense at the time. And when things start developing in one's brain, you associate it. And boy, that takes me back to my youth. And because I have a friend who still wears them all the time for work. And I'm just like, hot damn.
That's like emotional satisfaction.
Emotional satisfaction. Trauma kink.
Very
Positive
cool.
trauma
Yes.
kink.
I think we've been seeing quite a few of those at our purgatory events as well.
Yeah, just plain. And also jean skirt.
Mm-hmm.
The bane of my existence, though, the jorts. I hate the jorts. They're lies. They're filthy, filthy lies. You get all excited. You're like, oh, look how short that skirt is. And they walk by and be like, shorts. Fuck that. So, this is actually a pretty, there's no real safety measure to this, but I do want to put out a thing. Don't be one of those people who put mirrors on their shoes or try to take photos of that without consent. This is
I was
very
about to
much
say,
consent.
unless there's a consent there.
Yeah. A lot of people with this fetishes get in trouble for taking illicit pictures without consent. And we do want to stress that we do not support said photos or any type of action that would be against somebody's consent. So that's the safety section of this podcast. Do you guys have anything else to add for skirts? I know this is kind of a short episode, but skirts are skirts and they're hot and we love them.
No, I mean, I guess for me, it's one of those. I like skirts. I like wearing skirts. They're just a part of my wardrobe. It's like it's what I wear. And I have a variety of skirts. I think they're fun. I think they're a lot of fun. I prefer dresses, though. I do. I'd have to say I prefer dresses. That way, I don't have to mix and match. It's easier. But I think skirts are fun. I don't like being called a skirt, though. That's a difference. It's a derogatory term toward a woman. I do not like being called a skirt. Do not call me a skirt.
What does that even mean? Called a skirt.
Men usually call women skirts or refer to women as skirts is a derogatory term. So that's why I do not prefer being called a skirt.
Whoever came up with those terms were some bored-ass, useless human beings.
It was used a lot in the 60s and 70s.
Yeah, well, we were some bored-ass, lame-ass people in the 60s.
Yeah. Oh, but yeah. So sorry, this was a mini episode about skirts. So you could call it the mini.
You just keep on
episode.
mini.
Yes. You know what? I'm proud of you for that one. I am proud of you for that one. Good job. You know what? That one's a good one. I can't even complain on that one.
Yeah, but he's always coming up short in the end, though. He always does.
So, do we have our wheel?
We do. I'm booting up my wheel. I just realized that I did not have that bookmarked. Our site. There we go. Here we go. Wheel of Dinks. All right, spinning the wheel.
Round and round it
Oh
goes.
yeah, we ain't got much left on it for this season. We really don't.
Oh, damn.
So this week we covered skirts, and we talked a lot of ways. Like you can enjoy skirts, you can skirt belt it, you can do a little bend over and the slip pull skirt. You can wear it as bandana, but I like to think that we can get a little more primal in our efforts, and we could just tear those fuckers right off. So I think next week
We already
maybe.
did primal.
Oh yeah, we did. We really did, but we haven't talked about a very fun action. I'll let
Biting?
my good friend
Ripaways.
Hulk Hogan do it best, because every time he would enter the
Clothing
ring,
tearing clothing. Is it tearing
there
clothing?
it is. You got it, brother.
Oh my
We're
god,
gonna-
it's my favorite time of the episode. I'm like, oh, it's the guessing game. Guess the kink.
So next
Wow.
week we're going to get a little primal, and we're going to tear some clothes. We're going to tear through this fetish and talk about tearing clothes off.
I'm a primal
be
sub
fun.
and I approve this message.
So we're going to get into just like everything from knife play with it to actual just animalistic tear-offs. It's going to be a lot of fun. So before we end tonight, I want to remind everyone to follow us on that social media at Dinks with Kinks. Come reach out and talk to us. If you didn't like how many this episode was, well, don't skirt around the subject and come talk to us. Tell us what we missed, what we didn't do, what we did right. And if you want to see these wonderful faces, every Friday night at 10 p.m. Eastern, we do a live stream on twitch.tv/thedondero. I'm your host, John Dondero, and leaving us tonight and bidding us adieu is a man who never skirts around the subject, but he might kilt or two, Mr. Shep.
Till next time, I regret.
Don't regret it.
No
Come back
regrets.
to it.
No regrets.
And a woman who flows like the skirts themselves, Miss Rebecca. Talking about your sick ass
because I
rock.
put out small fires. I got it. Okay. Good evening, everyone.
I was talking about your sick raps. Okay, I was letting the audience. I was letting the
Oh,
audience
is
know
that what
make-
you were
make the
talking about?
audience
Okay,
think-
okay.
I was letting the audience
Got
think
it.
you could
Got
rap.
it.
Wow.
Good night, everybody.